It's just for the people in charge of the school system. And good morning, Bill Hinkle here. Yeah, it is a Thursday morning. On October 28th, we're waiting for the president's remarks for Glasgow, the climate change summit. He said they are within inches of a deal with the Democrats for his social program. That huge original speaker of now $1.9 trillion. And he has to go there with that deal in hand because a lot of it has to do with climate change. You can't go to Glasgow empty-handed. I want to share with you a story. I'm going to go in another direction for a moment. It's out of Fresno, California. And there's a 17-year-old kid named Everett Hill, and he was arrested on suspicion of firing multiple firearms out of a car. It was a gang member issue. Now, he was also recruited for a program that provides mentoring, job training, and $1,000 a month in exchange for meeting goals that will steer him away from violence, like continuing classes or getting a job. Boy, is that a controversial issue. The program is called Advanced Peace Fresno, also known as You're Probably Going to Die Fresno, and is simply trying to reverse a murder rate that is rising like crazy, offering scholarships to people most likely to be involved in shootings. To train people not to kill you. And the stats are staggering. The homicides up 30% from a year earlier. And it is kind of crazy. A very small number of people in Oakland report 1% responsible for the majority of shootings. And by the way, it's not just Fresno. Rochester, New York, Fort Worth, Texas, Sacramento, 18 other cities are using parts of this program. And guess who is against it? Law enforcement officials and political leaders. Now, it has a $1.8 million budget coming from the city, the state, nonprofits. And let me tell you, this is, as I said, real controversial. The advocates say, it's important to keep the participants engaged in the program. And how do you do that? You pay them $1,000 a month. Well, there's engagement. And then the chief executive of Advanced Peace says, I know a lot of people who got allowances growing up. I know a lot of people who got a little extra dough when they did well in school. All right, he actually said that. That is a statement by the chief executive of Advanced Peace. Hey, you probably got a little extra money when you did well. I didn't kill people. And I didn't get extra money for not killing people. So if I got a B, I got X stars, I got an A, I got that much more money. Hey, welcome to the world. Oh, by the way, if you don't kill anybody, here is an extra $1,000 a month. And but here's the question I ask, and that is, crime is growing like crazy. We know that. And this program seems to work. If you look at the stats, this program is hugely successful. So it's morally wrong. You have a problem with that? Yeah, I do. Let me give you another moral wrong. You have 3 people involved in killing someone, a crime, a murder. You prosecute one of them. To testify against the other 2, probably the one that's least culpable, although still up for murder. And that is despicable that the prosecution would let a murderer off in exchange for testifying against cohort. Boy, is that a moral issue. Problem is, that's how they do it. Maybe it's a moral issue. I think it is. But let's get practical. This is the real world. You're not going to get a conviction unless that happens. And so they give that one person a free pass. Immunity. That's what you're done. Can't prosecute. How's that for an issue? And in here, they're saying, hey, we're spending money, don't smoking. These guys would otherwise be involved in gang activity and would keep the place up. And they're not. Because look at the program. We can show you the numbers. We can show you the stats.
This could be a
So
proper
I think the
medicine.
sequence to join the band, shoot the people up, join the program, get $1,000 a month, which is far more than
This
people
could be
doing
a
this
proper
get.
medicine.
And you got something that's working. Coming up, Jim Key, Dr. Jim, co-director of the ER room at Mission Hospital. And we're going to talk a lot of CDC, COVID news, what's going on, some fun stuff on TikTok, not so much fun. And is there healthy Halloween candy? This is KFI AM 640, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio.
KFI's cool-rated info gel, which you believe in works. And we've got the fresh scent.
My finger on time.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio.
Citizen Sergeant. I'm Jennifer Jones, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. A former Long Beach school safety officer who allegedly shot and killed an 18-year-old woman has been charged with murder.
Long Beach Police Chief Robert Lee says Detective Conrad was 51-year-old Eddie Gonzalez with orders. As far as I know, he was cooperative. Gonzalez was arrested yesterday. Authorities say while Gonzalez was returned to the High School last month, he saw some sort of fight between 18-year-old Nona Rodriguez and a 15-year-old girl. They say Gonzalez shot at a car Rodriguez was on Monday. The others tried to get away. Rodriguez was hit and died days later. Her brother says he was devastated after she was shot.
I saw that
when I got to the hospital, I broke down. In LA, like slowly through it by you.
News is brought to you by the Cunning Dental Group. A federal jury in Riverside has awarded $17 million in damages to the family of a mentally disabled man who was killed by an off-duty cop in Costco. The shooting happened in 2019 when the man allegedly hit the LSU officer in the head while waiting in a food sample line at the Costco in Corona. Officials say the cop started shooting and killed the man and hurt his family. The officer was fired last year. An American Airlines flight to Orange County from New York had to be diverted to Denver when a passenger assaulted a flight attendant. The flight continued to Santa Ana last night after authorities took the passenger off the plane. Another passenger on board, Mackenzie Rose, says the flight attendant was punched and had a nose broken by a man who wouldn't wear a mask. American Airlines says it will charges. A pastor in Fullerton says it's not surprising the homeless deaths in OC could hit record numbers for the second year in a row.
A public records request to the Orange County coroner shows there were 217 homeless deaths in 2019, a record 338 deaths last year, and there are already 327 homeless deaths this year.
It's the added and also the added isolation.
St. Philip Benici Father Dennis Springs says it makes sense that more people with fewer options are dying in the streets.
This year has been a year across the county of declining or reduced services to the homeless.
Springs says centers will be critical as the weather gets colder. In Fullerton, Corbin Carson, KFI News.
We should be just a few minutes away from the president making a speech regarding his social agenda. And before he met this morning with Democratic leaders, Democratic Senator Joe Manchin said he could change his mind on a social constitutional reason still strongly opposed to the Democrats' new proposal to pay for the Build Back Better agenda. He says taxing billionaires on assets like their stock market gains is divisive. The package is already seeing cuts to its climate, child tax credit extension, and free community college goals. And a study of cheap antidepressant has found it reduces the need for high-risk adults to go to the hospital if they get COVID-19. Now, the pill is supposed to treat depression and obsessive compulsive disorder has been tested in 1,500 people in Brazil. Researchers have given their test results to the U.S. National Institutes of Health as well as the World Health Organization now hope that it will be authorized for use. We're looking at your ride now on the 134.
You're back there now. Listen up for a quick like you like. It's the westbound 134 Glendale.
Westbound 134 Glendale Avenue, exit past the street. That is Chrysler, just called fire department for evacuation. More complicated. Now the westbound 134 stops at the halfway point, right about the top of the hill, and as you know on four, once you pass Clayton, Colorado, you kind of stop there. So if you're still in Pasadena, use Colorado once you get there. That's a pretty good shape. Eastbound a little bit of central or so. We're headed for a bad sounding problem, northbound 605 at Valley, and between the 60 and the 10. I know it's back up from before the 60, but now I'm not now. And South Florida back and so I think that's getting a little bit better. I'll check in a minute for you. You have the two right lanes blocked for a long time. South is things are pretty good.
That's pretty good. Nice.
Just off. AFI in the sky.
Tied after the Houston Astros bounced back from their opening loss to beat the Atlanta Braves in Game 2 by a score of 7-2. The teams will head to Atlanta for Game 3 tomorrow. The Lakers' Russell Westbrook had a very interesting night against his former Oklahoma Thunder team. He put up 20 points, 14 rebounds, 13 assists, but also 10 turnovers. That's a weird quadruple-double. He also got kicked out of the game in the fourth quarter after throwing a temper tantrum on the court. The Thunder had come back from a 26-point deficit to stun LA by winning the game 123 to 115. The Clippers fell to the Cleveland Cavaliers 92-79. I'm Dan Leslie.
Hey, Conley here. Know why I got a whole house water filtration system from Cherokee Water? Because I don't want to wonder if my family's tap water is safe. No more wasting money on bottled water, no plastic bottles to recycle, and no more visits to the chiropractor's office because you're lifting 5-gallon bottles of water or 40 pounds of salt. No calcium buildup on faucets or shower heads, and no you need to save the life of your water heater. Stay gone with this clean water. Cherokee Water offers free lifetime service. No one else can make that claim. It's just a amount of space. So let's get Puritan, California's preferred whole house water filtration system. And for a limited time, when you buy a whole house system, you get the six-stage alkaline waste system for free. 844-80-WATER. 844-80-WATER. That's P-U-R, again, water.com. Spelled wrong, but the water's right. 844-80-WATER. Stuff like peanut butter, sour candy, salty snacks, and drinks. Coca-Cola 12 packs are free for $9.99 when you buy 3, and Fritos Cheetos and Smart Tea popcorn 5 to 10 ounce, and just $1.99 when you buy 3.
Happy Halloween from Peanut Brothers Market. How are the Solar Max panels treating you?
I love it. I went with Solar Max years ago. Just wish I went sooner with all the money I saved.
Right now you can get some Solar Max Tesla 420 panels in Powerwall for $79.96 per month in July.
$250 with Solar Max. So go to solarmaxtech.com and consider the available prices of being nice and good.
Your Kfi Financial Report is brought to you by Bay Alarm. The Dow is up 200, S&P up 36, NASDAQ up 153, and the average price of a gallon of unleaded gas in California is $4.56. With a range of commercial fire and security solutions, Bay Alarm can protect it all with just one call. Sunny and warm today with highs from the low 80s off the Baltic to the low 90s inland the Superfly into the weekend. News local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Jennifer Jones-Reed.
And good morning, Bill Handel and Morning Crew on a Thursday, October 28th. In about 10 minutes, give or take, the president is going to be addressing the country and announcing that there was a deal that was cut between the Democrats and him and the split Democratic Party regarding his bill, his thinking that bill. And there's been a lot of give or take. They give up a lot. The Republicans are demanding, Democrats are demanding a lot of changes. So we'll see if he comes back with a deal. And 2 months ago, maybe an hour ago, he said there was an instance of coming together. And he has to have that deal in place before he goes to Congress. Because this is about climate change. Climate change is a big part of his bill. The social thinking that bill, don't come up with a plan. He's going to Scotland, the climate change summit, without a deal. And we're having moral authority, telling other countries what to do, and we have no major agreement here. So, anyway, we'll be certainly reporting on what happens in the next few minutes. But now,
What's
let's
him?
take
Yeah, what's
a
him?
moment or two
Oh,
to
that was
talk to
him.
Dr.
He's
Jim
out of
Stevens,
order.
director of the ER at Mission Hospital in Mission VA Health. Jim, good morning.
Good morning, Bill. How you doing?
I'm sorry?
I said, how you doing?
Oh, doing well, thank you. Not a problem. You know, my heart is still in my chest and my back is not exploded out of my body, so it all works out. The big story, yes, the big story is that the FDA, the CDC, and then the FDA finally approving the emergency use authorization. It's probably going to happen in the next few days for vaccinations for kids 5 to 12. And the Kaiser Family Foundation survey came up with 2/3 of parents are not going to vaccinate their kids. Let's talk about that, because to me, that makes no sense. But you may have more insight on that.
Sure, I mean, everybody has a higher threshold for kids as far as, the protection and wanting to make sure everything's okay. So I'm not really surprised by that.
Yeah, I think I got it.
Right, I guess not. But, I mean, the bottom line is that people want to be sure. And when you're on something, you have a healthy kid, and they have no health problems right now, and you have the potential to give them something that could cause adverse reactions or side effects, you really want to be 100% sure that you know that works before you start doing it. And that's why there's been a delay in getting kids approved. The last thing you want to do is take a healthy kid and make them unhealthy. So we had to know that the risk was outweighed significantly by the benefit. And now, a billion vaccines later, now we've given it to people all over the world, and we can see these results. It's becoming, blatantly clear that it's worth, moving this vaccine into that population. So, but people are going to lag behind that. I get that.
Yeah, well, here are some thoughts. I want you to comment on that. And one is the side effects on kids and the risk that kids are going to react. If I have my stats correctly, there's a bigger chance of your child getting into a car accident and dying driving to school than there is to get a major side effect from the vaccine based on 1 billion vaccines that have been now administered. The other one, and the only one that makes any sense to me, and I'll buy this, although I don't think the stats point this out, it hasn't been around long enough. We don't know what the long-term effects are. Now, of course, the benefit versus the risk is a whole different animal, but when we talk about long-term effects, what does that mean? What is long-term?
You tell me. I mean, I'm not really clear on that since vaccines in general don't have long-term effects. I mean, they have immediate effects that then may last, for quite a long time, but those are known immediate effects that then could go on for a while. So that's not something we see from vaccines in general is a long-term effect, or some long-term problem that results from people, down the line where they just undiagnosed to them, they all of a sudden get really sick. And that's not something we see.
Now, here's another one that I love. This is the crazy people. And not so crazy. So, the Kaiser Family Foundation did its survey and comes out with its stats. And right now, the big story is that the vaccine causes infertility among children. When that story came out just a few months ago, or maybe a year ago, 3% of adults who had children even knew about that or were concerned about that. Now, 66% of those surveyed are concerned about infertility in their kids. Other than those people are crazy, you want to explain that to me?
No, it's just random fake news craziness. There is no evidence that there's a link between infertility and anything to do with vaccines.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why they'll come out with, and there's a good chance that amputations will occur. There's a good chance you're going to lose your forehead. You can come up with any kind of crazy stuff. All right, let's take a break.
Well, they do, Bill. They come up with all kinds of stuff, and just some of it gets faster. And that's the one about vaccines.
When we come back, and Jim, we take a break, and I want to talk about some Halloween stuff that people are using. Vampire fangs can kill you. How's that for some of the things on the internet? It's good. No, it's good. Yeah. And costume contact lenses. Your eyes will actually fall out of your head. I just read that, Jim, and I'm sure that's true. We're going to come back and talk to Jim about some medical stuff regarding that. This is KFI AM 640, and your chance to win $1,000 on top of that. Jennifer Jones-Lee.
I feel like you're making it more uncomfortable than normal this morning. Facebook has told employees to keep records and documents dating back to 2016. A memo sent out this week also says they should avoid using any type of messaging that can't be preserved. This comes as the social media company is facing several government investigations related to a whistleblower's leaked document. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony is on Saturday in Cleveland. The Go-Go's, Jay-Z, and the Foo Fighters are among those in the class of 2021. And the pandemic is playing a bigger role in the dictionary. Merriam-Webster is adding ghost kitchen, curbside delivery, vaccine passport, and super spreader among the 455 new words and phrases this year. We're looking at your ride with DKFI in the sky and back to the 605 next.
If you thought you missed your lowest mortgage rate in history, you're in luck because they're back. Mortgage rates are near historic lows again. So if you have a mortgage, refinance it and forget it. You'll never have to worry about refinancing again. Nicholas Capital Solar is offering the most 15-year fixed rate of 1.875% with a 2.01 APR. Incredible! Nicholas Capital has built a reputation for saving people time and money. They're finding the process of fast, simple, and secure. Our 15-year fixed rate is 1.875% with a 2.01 APR. Second chances won't come often, and you may never see these rates again. So refinance it and forget it. There's a 15-year fixed rate of 1.875%. Yes, 1.875% with a 2.01 APR. Call the experts at Nicholas Capital now. Call 800-500-1-HIT. 800-500-1-HIT. Open home run. Call now and save big on your refi. 800-500-1-HIT. 800-500-1448.
Your host, and whatever you're looking for at 151, that's really not our business, and it shouldn't be any answer. Protect your privacy online for free. Privacy, simplified.
Check out weather from KFI, sunny and high, low 80s at the beaches to low 90s inland. This report is brought to you by Go. Let's take a look at your drive with Jeff Barnhart sums up in one word on the 605, ag.
Well said, Jennifer. Well, listen, there's way too many crashes this morning. We're all going to get over the 605 interchange industry. Northbound 605, just barely past 60, about 100 yards back. Couple left lane blocks, going to be there for a while, tied up on first and third, the whole routine. It's a crawl coming up from Washington. This is not far from the outside. These are a terrible job. You can back up. Also getting into Glendale from Pasadena. We were over there just a little bit ago, West 134 Glendale Avenue, just past the two. A bad crash there with Fire Department 19 helping people. And really a call leaving Pasadena. Again, I'll go back and check that one in just a few minutes for you. But if you're running a little bit late, I wouldn't fool around. Use Colorado. As you know, you can get trapped right in the middle there. And great news for the South 405 going through Long Beach. Problem at Cherokee is all gone. All lanes open again. Phew. Injured in an accident. Visit superwoman.superlawyer.com. Jeff Law, KFI in the sky.
This report is sponsored by iAccidentLawyer.com. Tired of the BS? We spent $500,000 at risk. Results $8 million for leg-injured motorcyclists.
If you've been denied for a mortgage because you can't show proof of income or employment, Equinox Home Financing is for you. They have a new mortgage service, don't need proof of income or employment verification, and it doesn't matter if it's for a purchase, a refi, or a cash-out refi. So if you finally want to get qualified for that home loan, you need to talk to the team at Equinox Home Financing. Call 1-855-LOAN-455 or go to equinoxhomefinancing.com.
Licensed by the California Department of Real Estate and the California Department of Financial Oversight, NMLS number
number 121-2805. Spectrum Mobile is reinventing wireless again. Get unlimited on 2+ lines for $29.99 a month per line. No contracts, no added taxes or fees. Includes nationwide 5G. Save up to 60% with Spectrum Mobile. Get unlimited on 2+ lines for $29.99 a month. Call 855-438-2999 or visit the store near you. Offer valid for new customers on 2+ unlimited lines. Spectrum Internet required. Savings based on 2-line comparison of unlimited plans from major national carriers as of 9/2021. Prepaid excluded. Restrictions apply.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 38,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Has COVID-19 made it hard to pay your rent or utilities? Are you worried about addiction? Get the help you need now. The California COVID-19 Rent Relief Program covers 100% of your unpaid rent and utilities to help you remain in your home. Apply for rent relief now and let your landlord know you've applied so you can avoid eviction. The application is fast and you won't be asked about citizenship. Apply today at housingrescue.com or call 833-430-2122. Sponsored by the state of California.
This is Freedom Smith, owner of Service Champions Plumbing, Heating, and AC, with another good deed for free. Our technician Alexander was performing a cleanup recently when he discovered that he needed to ride to Home Depot. He asked the customer if he needed anything at Home Depot, and he perked right up. The customer went into his garage and found a specialized screw with an O-ring on the end. He said he needed a few more just like this so he could hang a shade over his pool to keep his grandkids from getting sunburned. Alexander found the part, then when he got back, he said, look, I have the tools, I have the images, let's go ahead and hang the shade now. The job would have taken a customer an hour to do himself, but the two of them together got the shade up in just 15 minutes. Thanks, Alexander, for doing another good deed for free. We're Service Champions, plumbing, heating, AC, and good deeds for free.
Attention-savvy investors, looking for predictable monthly cash flow? Want to reduce uncertainty, hedge inflation, and stock market risk with double-digit targeted returns? If you want the safety and security of a real estate investment, but without the hassles of being a landlord, you've probably heard of NRIA. NRIA is an industry-leading real estate development firm in its 15th year, developing strategically located, lower-risk, high-demand neighborhoods based on supply-demand imbalance. They're a great fit for safety-oriented investors who want cash flow and diversification into carefully chosen real estate. Learn more about the NRIA Real Estate Development Fund at nria.net or call 800-800-1414. That's 800-800-1414.
An offer of securities is only made by the NRIA Private Placement Memorandum. Read it first. Past performance does not guarantee future results. NRIA is a real estate development firm. Learn more at nria.net.
They rush. Oh, they rush.
It's a warm rush. That's worse than a drier dry. And in case the winter is a colder cold, then we have to kind of be exactly average to get out of this, right? Yes, we have to have a more normal norm. John and Ken, weekdays at 2.
The lukewarms are going to be cornered.
KFI. And back we go, Bill Hill here. Thursday morning, before we get to Dr. Jim Key for the last segment, here's your chance for some money in your pocket.
KFI has your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword CASH to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's cash to 200-200.
And if you win, you'll get a call from a number you don't recognize, which you must answer. And there are 14 chances to win every day, 20 minutes after the hour, between 5:20 a.m. and 7:20 p.m. Also, before we go back to Dr. Jim, we're waiting for the president, who any moment is going to be, has comments and is making a statement about the deal between the Democrats, and then moving it over to the Republican side about his plan and if they have a deal or not. And I think they do, otherwise he wouldn't be doing this. That's my guess. And then on to Glasgow for the climate summit.
Back we go. Medical news with Dr. Jim Keeney, co-director of the ER at Mission Hospital in Mission Viejo. Jim, Halloween is coming up this weekend, and there's two things. Dentists warn against those vampire fangs that you're seeing on TikTok like crazy, and costume contact lenses. I didn't even know they did that for kids.
Yeah, so, I mean, the funny thing is TikTok where people are using, fake nails and then gluing them to their teeth. So not just nothing normal. You can do that, but then you can't get the nails off. That's the problem.
And so that's not particularly dangerous. It's just kind of stupid looking.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid looking. You could damage your teeth trying to get the glue and the nail off your teeth afterwards. And it could be expensive. You have to go to the dentist and have them try and remove them yourself. So it's just not an advisable thing. Just get the normal little plastic ones you put in your mouth and pop in and pop out.
Yeah. Or you can use candy corn. We used to do that as kids, which is also kind of stupid.
Contact lenses, though, those are, you have to have a prescription for contact lenses. And if you already have a prescription and you want to get colored lenses or all of that, that's fine. But if you buy those ones, from China or, online, then you're taking your chances as far as your eyes, because they may not be, sterile, they may not fit your eye well and cause problems as far as, scratches or other things like that.
You ever seen a patient walking around with that issue?
Yeah. I mean, with regular contact lens, that's kind of a frequent thing. It's a regular thing that we see in the emergency department. But when you start, obviously, costume contact lenses are such a smaller percentage of people putting contact lenses in their eye. But if you're going to get them and they're not prescription, they're not, FDA contact lenses, I think the risk is a little bit higher. Again, you're only doing it for a few hours, but you really want to pay for a doctor visit or an ER visit and then have pain in your eye just for, a few hours. It's up to you.
Yeah. So, the parents are crazy, and they allow their kids to do crazy stuff. All right, one last one before we bail out of here, and that is giving out, quote, healthy Halloween candy. It used to be just apples, with razor blades in them that we used to get when we were trick-or-treating. That was healthy.
Right.
So what is that about, giving out what is healthy Halloween candy?
Yeah, no kid likes fruit for Halloween, right? It's heavy in your bag. You got to carry it through the rest of the neighborhood, and you're not going to eat it afterwards anyway. So you can be that parent that gives out healthy fruit or something like that, or toothbrushes like the local dentist usually does. But the bottom line is, having candy every once in a while is acceptable. It's reasonable. It's a thing. It's not going to kill you. And there really isn't any such thing as healthy candy. Those are all just marketing gimmicks. That you get 100% of your vitamin C if you have this candy, or gluten-free candy. Every candy is pretty much gluten-free. So it's just fake to sound healthy. Might as well just get the real thing and let kids enjoy it.
No, I never received a toothbrush as a kid trick-or-treating. If I did, I swear I'd shave it down to make a shiv and stab the guy in the gut. How do you give a toothbrush for Halloween? Jim?
Well, I have no doubt you would have done that.
Yeah.
You would have been an interesting kid to see in the neighborhood.
Yeah. All right, Jim. Take care. Enjoy.
Take care.
All right, bye.
Take care.
Now, you gave me the look, Jennifer. Did you ever get a toothbrush when you were trick-or-treating?
I think if you went to not trick-or-treating, I think if you went to the dentist around that time, like they gave you.
Yeah.
But I don't think I ever got a toothbrush.
Yeah, my dad still does that. I get handed toothbrushes.
Yeah?
And what I do is I ask for them, because it's, and I use them in my guest room when people come to visit.
Yeah, well, that's smart.
Yeah, and then you get a fresh toothbrush. Now, I've never had anybody actually come to visit because I don't let anybody visit. So I've got bags full of this stuff.
The plethora of toothbrushes.
Lots of those. Coming up, Handle on the News, late edition, right here, KFI AM 640. Jennifer.
All right, we are waiting on the president now. He is expected to make a statement about, after meeting behind closed doors with Democratic leaders, regarding his social agenda. As soon as we know what came out of that, I'll let you know. He was supposed to do it about 8:15 this morning, so we're running about 15 minutes behind. Hopefully I'll get you that information sooner than later. Former Long Beach school safety officer accused of shooting and killing an 18-year-old woman in a car leaving the campus has been charged with murder. Mona Rodriguez's brother says he hopes the charges will help his family deal with their loss.
Hopefully I can heal. Hopefully my family can heal. My mom is, she's a bit happy, but at the end of the day, it's like, why did it take this long?
Officials say the safety officer, Eddie Gonzalez, was patrolling when he saw some sort of fight between Rodriguez and a 15-year-old girl. They say when Rodriguez and 2 others tried to leave, the officer shot at the car. Rodriguez died from her injuries a few days later. News is brought to you by Applied General Agency. The California Supreme Court has refused to consider Brad Pitt's appeal of a lower court ruling that disqualified the judge in his custody battle with Angelina Jolie. An appeals court decision in June said the judge hearing the case should be disqualified because he didn't disclose his business relationships with Pitt's attorneys. The 2 actors are fighting over the custody of 5 of their 6 kids. Officials in Santa Fe, New Mexico say they haven't ruled out filing charges for the shooting that killed cinematographer Helena Hutchins.
That the sheriff's office determines during our investigation a crime has occurred and probable cause exists, an arrest or arrests will be made and charges will be filed.
Sheriff Adon Mendoza says investigators have collected about 600 pieces of evidence from the movie set where the shooting happened, including the gun that was fired by actor Alec Baldwin. They also have a projectile from the shooting that was in the director Joel Souza's shoulder. Pablo's pets are now people.
The late drug kingpin Pablo Escobar smuggled dozens of animals into his private ranch in Colombia before his death by cops in 1993. All the animals, including elephants, giraffes, and camels, were moved to zoos except for 4 hippos. Those 4 have turned into 120 hippos roaming around Colombia, causing big problems. A movement's been growing to kill them off, but a U.S. court has now ruled 2 wildlife experts can testify on behalf of the hippos to have them sterilized non-surgically, saying the hippos are interested parties. That court ruling makes it the first time animals have been recognized as legal persons in U.S. history. Michael Crozier, KFI News.
The Ringling Brothers Environment Daily Circus is making a comeback. The Three Ring Circus says it's working on plans for a new show that will not feature any animals. The circus shut down in 2017 following several legal battles over animals being forced to perform. The updated show is expected to debut in 2023. We're taking a look at the 134.
Boy, we should keep that music for the traffic sounder. Big delays. There you go. It is a circus out here. Leaving Pasadena into Glendale, westbound 134 Glendale Avenue. We're just looking at it. Still blocking the right lane. So that West 134 now, it's a call coming out of Pasadena. Colorado, in between Pasadena and Glendale, got a little busy, but I think it's still better on the freeway. And what's extremely tough is north and south 2 going to the West 134. It's all up. Eastbound's okay. Northbound 605 coming up through Industry. We're over that about 15 minutes ago. Carpool left lane block. Slow coming up from the 5. And, well, I took great news for the South 405 at Cherokee. Had a long-term problem there in the 2 right lanes. But now I understand the left lane is blocked. So, again, it's slow coming down from the 710. Came point there this morning. Injured in an accident. Visit superwomansuperlawyer.com. Jeff Bala, KFI in the sky.
The Houston Astros overtook the Atlanta Braves in the second inning of World Series Game 2 by hitting a series of singles to convert a 1-1 tie into a 5-1 lead. Atlanta had no answer for that, suffering a 7-2 loss. Game 3 set for tomorrow in Atlanta with the series tied at a game each. The Kings host the Winnipeg Jets tonight at 7:30. You can listen to it live through the radio app. And the Ducks will get the Buffalo Sabres at 7. I'm Wayne Resnick, KFI Sports. You don't often think of the equity in your home as just a pile of money in the bank that earns no interest whatsoever. And I'll tell you what you do, you are aware of, is the value of your house exploding over the last couple of years. So, equity is strong, you've got money there, it's earning no money, interest rates are ridiculously low, so what does that translate into?